It's great to be in the ministry, but at the same time, it is a challenge. It's a challenge on good days, and right now, these are complex times. And as I visit and talk with my pastor friends and my peers, as well as younger men, we are in an interesting time, but it's important that we see it as a time of opportunity. Churches are having people receive the Holy Ghost. Where I was at this weekend, someone watched the service online and then called the church shortly after and called and came to church and was prayed through to the Holy Ghost while in the parking lot. These are great times. We need to see it that way. We need to accept that way and celebrate. I want to talk with you for just a couple of minutes today, though, about the importance of those of us in ministry stopping what I will call the merry-go-round of guilt. And we become guilty because we assume responsibilities for things that God never intended us to be responsible for. This is a great struggle, particularly for people who are type A personalities. We become messianic, and in so doing, we assume responsibility for the well-being of individuals when they don't do the things to be well, and we assume the responsibility for a outcome that really we can't determine. We can do our best, and we should and we must do our best, but the outcome depends on both the receptivity of the people that we're working with, and also it depends on a divine inclination. Where is God in this thing? But the end result, and I see this over and over, I'll never forget the church planner that I got acquainted with, and he was kind of being braggadocious, I guess, about the 9 home Bible studies a week he was teaching. And of course, one-on-one, I had the opportunity to say, but now wait, what about your family? What about your children? Are you able to go to your kids' school events? Are you able to participate as a normal father? What is your relationship in all of those things? And of course, he was somewhat crestfallen when he realized that something God really wanted him to be giving attention to, taking care of his family and investing in his children. He really was not doing a very good job with that. And he said, but I'm going to feel guilty for not having done enough. And my response to him was, son, you're doing enough. You don't need to lose your family, nor do you need to lose your marriage on the basis of some guilt over trying to be Superman. None of us are this. Some of you are going through guilt because of the struggles you're having with the coronavirus. You've buried people, you're depressed, you're frustrated, you're agonizing over decisions that are having to be made. Listen to me. Our God is in control. Our God is a gracious and merciful God, and just stop being so hard on yourself. Do your work and leave the outcome to God. You are uniquely you, ministering where God positioned you, and we are collectively in this time. If God had wanted us to do ministry in the 40s or 50s or 20s of the 1900s, we would have been there. But he felt like that we were up to this moment. And I believe we're up to this moment too. Jerry Jones told me that in the years of working with N.A. Urshan, one of the things that he picked up from Brother Urshan was that when Brother Urshan felt he had a word from God and he had a message, that he preached that message, and when he turned his back, having completed his preaching, he felt he had done his part, and that whatever happened in the altar, whatever the audience response might be, that was not him. That was not his task. He was to be the messenger of God. I think right now it'd be very wise if we adopt some of that in our efforts. Be what God called you to be. Be the messenger of God. Pray, seek the face of God, petition for revival, petition for the supernatural, leave the outcome to God. Does that make sense?